Hey everyone, I guess I should just make an intro to this video. I'm just gonna be cooking dinner. I'm making chicken cutlets, like chicken parm, but with vodka sauce instead of tomato sauce. And I'm gonna put some diced tomatoes in it, in the sauce, mozzarella and pasta and sausages, like a good old Italian feast. But I figure I just want to make an intro so you guys know what the hell I'm doing. Hey, someone's here already. How you doing? Uh, so you know what I'm going to be doing. But as usual, and that person's gone. Uh, as usual, just leave a comment. I'll have my laptop here, and I'll stop what I'm doing as long as it doesn't burn my food. I'll stop what I'm doing to talk to you guys. So let me just get set up real quick. Quality's not so bad for now. Man, that last video was terrible. I'm just doing dishes. You don't need to see I'm doing dishes. Hey, two people here already. what's up, Goosty Gam? How you doing? Every time I live stream, I'm like, man, I gotta rush. I gotta do stuff super fast because I gotta keep people interested. So I'm like just rushing doing my dishes so that I can move on to the next thing. Let's see, just came back from work and I had a whole bottle of wine. I did overtime as usual. Just call me Goosty, please. It is what everyone calls me. It's short for Augustine. Alright, Goosty. Did you drink a whole bottle of wine? Crazy. Yeah, but I'm a big guy, almost 220 pounds. I don't know. I don't think I could drink a whole bottle of wine. Like, I'm 155. Usually after like one or two drinks these days, I'm like, all right, I gotta take a nap. That's why I don't really drink, because I just get tired and want to take a nap after. What brings you to my YouTube channel? I haven't seen your name around before. So you're not like, you just come just because I did a live stream, or have you seen my previous videos, or what? Something's bothered me today, and I felt like it. In 10 hours, I'll be back at work. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear. I don't know if you want to talk about it in chat or whatever, but I have like court stuff going on with like gun charges. I'm being falsely accused of lying on a gun purchase form, but yeah, the way that the prosecution like twists everything around and tries to build this narrative that I'm like some scammer, that I went to this gun store to to scam them into selling me a gun and everything. Like, when I leave those court hearings, like, I need some time to decompress from all the crazy shit that they're putting me through. But I also like I smoked a couple cigarettes as well. Like, I quit smoking. I have like a no smoking tattoo on my hand, but I quit smoking, and just all that stress and pressure and all this stuff just made me want to smoke. So I totally understand. Like, totally understand that. I watched you before but never commented. I'm part of the silent. So not only Trump has a silent majority, I have a silent majority as well. I know of your charges. I'm sorry. I hope you'll be fine. And thank you. January 15th is my next hearing. And I've been asking, so I was in contact with one of the judges' law clerk, which I think is just like a secretary or something, and essentially a secretary. And I asked her about hiring my own court reporter. I asked her if I would be allowed to bring my own court reporter because 3 of the 5 preliminary hearings weren't recorded and a whole bunch of stuff went on or whatever. And she's like, I can't give you legal advice. I'm like, I'm not asking you for legal advice. Like, I'm asking you for permission. Like, I'm asking for legal permission. And then, like, another question I asked her about information about the trial or something. I forget what I asked her. And she responded, like, I told you I can't give you legal advice. I'm like, I'm not asking you for legal advice. I'm asking you for legal information. Legal advice is when you ask someone for advice on a course of action to take. That's what advice is. Like, advice is asking for someone advice on which course of action should they take. I'm not doing that. So that's where I'm at now. I'm just gonna bring my own court reporter, show up with my own court reporter, and see what they say about that. Did they give you a plea bargain? Yeah, they initially did. They wanted me to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanors, and they're like, "Oh, it'll just be like 2 $25 fines. It's really no big deal." I'm like, it is a big deal to me because then I have these charges for filing false statements on my public record, which then makes me, like, anyone who looks that up is gonna assume that I'm a liar and everything. And also, I didn't file false statements. I made a mistake for a involuntary commitment that I had 12 years ago that even today, and I'm 100% honest when I say this, I have no recollection of that happening. So I just feel like pleading guilty to something that I didn't intentionally lie or try to deceive anyone. It's like lying in itself, and I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie and say that I'm guilty of something that I didn't do. So, but they're all like pissed off at me because I won't plead guilty, and that's where like some of this, like these attacks and stuff that they're doing against me, and manipulation and bullying and everything is coming from, because they just want like an easy conviction. Like, prosecutors, they brag about how many convictions. Like, if I go to the district attorney's Facebook page, they brag about how many convictions they have, and I think they might use that as like a talking point to get them reelected. Like, oh, I had 100 convictions in 2019. I'm keeping this street safe and keeping crime off the streets and putting criminals in jail. I think they probably use that as like a talking point to get reelected. But they're doing like a lot of bullying and manipulative and corrupt practices to coerce people and force people into pleading guilty when they're not actually guilty. So, yeah. Oh, Dirk asked that. I thought Gusti asked that. But the alternative is a federal felony. So, after I told them that I wasn't pleading guilty to the 2 misdemeanors, they're like, well, if you don't plead guilty to the 2 misdemeanors, then we're going to charge you with felonies instead. And that was like their negotiation tactic, was to like pressure me into pleading guilty to 2 misdemeanors. So then the next preliminary hearing, they added on the felony charges as well. So I'm being charged for making 1 mistake on a gun form. I have, well, I'll explain that in more detail, but 1 mistake on the gun form, I'm charged with 2 misdemeanors and 1 felony. But the way that it worked out to where I'm charged with 2 misdemeanors is because there were apparently 2 gun forms that I signed, that I had to fill out 2 forms that day. I don't remember filling out 2 forms, but like the papers are there that I signed. So that's where they're saying that I lied twice, and that's why there's 2 misdemeanors. But like, obviously, the felony or the misdemeanor, one of them easily gets dropped in court because you can't charge someone twice for the same crime. So either charge me with the felony or charge me with misdemeanors. I don't know why. The reason that wasn't dismissed in the preliminary hearings is because they kept forcing me to have a public defender and kept delaying my hearings until I hired a lawyer or got a public defender. So I couldn't make any of these arguments on my own. But also, that's the other update on the trial, is that that I asked to have my public defender removed or whatever. I forget like the exact wording on it, so that I could represent myself. So then the court comes back with a letter saying that they granted my request to have the public defender taken off case, but then in the note it says that I have to find another lawyer. And I'm like, that's not what I asked for. Like, from the very beginning, I said that I would be representing myself. So yeah, that's the whole thing with that. These are 2 crimes. Lying on a gun form is a felony. On a form in general is a misdemeanor. They are not. These are 2 crimes. Lying on a gun form is a felony. Lying on a form in general. I don't think lying on a form in general is a misdemeanor. I'm not sure. They threw in the gun form charge. I think, yeah, I'm not sure which. I just know that I'm being charged with 2 misdemeanors and 1 felony now for filling out the gun form. But as far as I understand it, they could charge. I mean, if someone wants to argue that the misdemeanor, if someone wants to argue that a misdemeanor is for a general, lying on a general form, then the courts already disobeyed the law by charging me with a misdemeanor of lying on a gun form. Alright, I have like 3 dishes and a couple spoons left, so I'm gonna do that real quick and then I'll get back to you guys. But thanks for stopping by and keeping me company. I really appreciate it. Yay, dishes done. Alright. This is foreign to me. No way I could buy a gun here in Europe unless I'm a legit hunter. Do they not allow like citizens to purchase guns in Europe? I'm not familiar with the laws there. That's why you got 2 misdemeanors, because some form was 2 pages and because one that's why you got 2 misdemeanors, because some form was 2 pages and the gun form. So there were 2 different forms. There's the PA 4047 or something, and then there was another one. So I think there was like a federal form and then a state police form as well. I don't remember the exact names of the forms. You can buy a 3/4 inch pipe, can't you? Oh, I guess you're probably talking to Goosty. Yes, but that qualifies as a white weapon. Don't know if you have that term. No, that would be racist. Do you mean like a white weapon, like the Irish people use pipes? But I understand the meaning, and I can't have it in my car either. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, you guys can't have like any of that stuff in Europe. Like, look, just behind me I have pepper spray. I mean, this isn't like my car, but then right here I have this Eskrima stick, and I have baseball bats and stuff, and I carry another one of these in my car. It's like you guys in Europe, like if what's happening here in the US happens in Europe, you guys wouldn't have like any way of defending yourselves. How about sports equipment like a hockey stick? I can't ride even with a baseball bat since we don't play that sport or something. Yeah, well, I guess you could like organize baseball to come over to Europe. That'd be a lot of work to organize an entire baseball season to come over to Europe just so you can carry a baseball bat. But pipes, knives, and other sharp objects are called white weapons here. It can't be found with them. That's crazy. I'm Googling this white weapon thing. According to Wikipedia, it's a common Arabic term for the non-firearm type weapon used for self-defense or killing, including swords, daggers, sticks, among others. If I'm correct, I believe that some other languages also use the term white weapons. So I guess a cold weapon is the same thing. That's crazy. One minute. Should I reposition my camera so you can see what I'm doing better? I don't know how possible this is. Yeah. Alright, I'm just breading some chicken. Actually, I should do this first. My first time throwing out food, like all pandemic. I recorded a video today where I talked about it, but I feel bad doing this. I have to remind myself not to make more food than I can eat before it goes bad. What are you cooking? Actually had COVID and stayed at home for 2 weeks. Damn, that sucks. What am I cooking? Chicken cutlets, like chicken parmesan, and then also sausages and pasta. Maybe I can move the camera this way better. This is gonna take like a long time for me to cook. That's why I have you guys here to keep me company. My God, too many things going on here. So what's it like having COVID? I never had it, and I don't know anyone that had it. For me, it was a blessing in disguise. Everyone felt sorry for me, but I was fine. And as an introvert, I had time to read and rest. Yeah, I'm probably like the same way. Like as an introvert, I can't be dealing with people like all the time when people like need me and want to talk to me and are like all up my ass or whatever. Like I want to be around people when I want to be around people. Uh, let's see. I answered some work-related emails and was good altogether. Sup, AltcoinXP. I'm new to your channel. Thanks for coming by, Jude. What brought you to my channel? Is it my delicious eggs and Tupperware videos that I put out so much? There's gonna be like nowhere for me to work. I can't wait until I get like a house with a big kitchen and I can just put laptops and phones and cameras all over the place. By the way, I've never been a professional chef before. I look like I'm one. I know you guys are thinking that. Has Anthony ever been a professional chef before? He's moving very fast in the kitchen. And no, I'm just really hungry and I gotta move this fast. Thanks. I don't know. Maybe if we talk like in person, I can give you like some advice to buying a house. I don't know. What I did, I just invested a lot. I don't really know your specific situation enough to advise. I know you're not even asking me for advice either, but I just want to help. So that was probably weird. You guys were probably like, why is that guy washing his saran wrap before he throws it out? Because I wanted to get like the chicken juices off of it, because I'm sure it's probably fine now, but if I throw out something like that in the summertime, then my garbage gets flies in it all the time. Or both of you guys are late into the crypto game, you said. I think like in the long run, you're still early, and especially in like the next year with Joe Biden as president, we're gonna see cryptocurrency prices go up quite a bit. I think. Don't take that as like gospel or anything, but that's the way it seems to be. Just because this whole like Great Reset and globalization plans that everyone wants to do, and then the socialism on top of it. Like just looking at like all the banks like J.P. Morgan and MicroStrategy and all these places now are investing, buying a lot of bitcoins and everything. They always say when you oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you're. I won't keep you there. I'm sorry for like this reflection thing, but they always say, oh, you have to only use one hand when you egg and bread stuff. This way you have one hand clean, so you can do other stuff with. I'm like, no, I don't need to have one hand clean to do other stuff with. I need one hand to lean. Maybe that was a silly joke. Hopefully the value you bring and over time will pay off, and your plan is to hold no matter what. Yeah, I think holding cryptocurrency is definitely a good idea. I need to turn this on. Definitely one of the things that helped me hold, because sometimes there is sometimes I do get like a need or a desire to sell. A long time ago there was no way to sell, so that definitely helped with holding. I was thinking today with F2, with Ethereum staking, your funds are locked up there for 2 years, and you earn interest while your ether is locked up there. So like anyone who has their ether locked up in staking, 2 years is, it might be a little bit shorter than 2 years, but that's just kind of an estimate. But anyone who has their funds locked up in staking, they're not going to be able to sell. So that kind of takes some of the it makes it harder to sell, so it makes it easier to save money when you can't access your funds to sell them, is what I'm getting at. I'm not aware of any sites that don't take a fee when you buy Bitcoin. It doesn't really make sense for that to be a thing because these are more like chicken tenders. They're not chicken cutlets. Whatever. It doesn't really make sense for any site not to charge a fee because they're providing a service to you. They're providing value to you. So they're gonna want to get paid for their efforts. I'm an idiot. I jammed my laptop between my coffee pot and under my cabinet, so now that's why I'm looking like this, because I'm looking in here. Yeah, I was just wondering. I use Coinbase. Yeah, I use Coinbase to sell cryptocurrency. I haven't bought cryptocurrency and I don't think I ever have. So I haven't used them to buy, but there's definitely places with lower fees. I think Coinbase Pro has lower fees than Coinbase itself. But I think maybe Coinbase Pro might only be for trading, not for buying. I'm not sure, but you check out Coinbase Pro. But before I started live streaming, I recorded a video. It's probably just like rambling, but about because back in 2017 I filmed a video about why I became a cryptocurrency millionaire, which I'm not a millionaire right now. I don't have $1 million in cryptocurrency right now, but I filmed a video today. It was just me talking off the top of my head, going more in depth about that and what happened in my life, because it's not just it wasn't just hard work and researching cryptocurrency and whatever. It was also I grew up seeing my grandfather invest in the stock market and stuff like that. And then also the reasons why I got into cryptocurrency and all that stuff. So I'll probably start editing that after I cook dinner. I don't know. I wish this was done already, because look at my fingers. It's so weird. I hate this feeling. And my laptop is covered in flour. Gusti, you're definitely right about a bottle of wine not affecting you as much as me. Because, like, if I just have, like, one or two glasses of, like, alcohol, I'm in, like, a chat room somewhere making, like, the stupidest comments ever. And you actually make sense and you're, like, coherent and everything. I'm always like, man, I just made a fool of myself, like, making all these stupid ass comments. LOL. But I hope what I did, I hope I'm okay. You seem okay to me. Uh, I think what I did, like, shored me up for the next year to focus on making YouTube videos. As far as staking in Ethereum and then investing in Uniswap, I think that I should be good enough, because that's why I started doing that, is because I was kind of getting short on money and wanting to buy a house and everything, that I uh, needed to readjust my cryptocurrency. But I hope that what I did will make me a little bit more financially independent to be able to focus on making YouTube videos more, instead of just working in cryptocurrency. And I feel bad, like, I know that my YouTube channel should be profitable, and my accountant thinks so as well. He doesn't like that I'm working for like $40-50 a month in ad revenue, but I'm not gonna. There's no way that I want to change that, how it works now. I wish I had more chicken, or I wish I didn't pour so much breadcrumbs into here, so I didn't need that many. You guys need to tell me if there's a fire. I'm just kidding. And now I can't open my cabinet because I put this camera in front of it. Ooh, just good enough. making some elbow macaroni pasta. Oh yeah, these are definitely burning. What the hell am I doing with myself? Man, why is your watch on your right arm? That's a story. Give me 1 second. Someone else commented on that not too long ago as well. That's not good. I never use that burner. This burner I've never used since I moved here, so it's probably just stuff on it burning off. Why do you watch me? Because I wrap my sausages 1,000 times in saran wrap? Even though I bought them on November 19th, so like not even a month ago, there's no reason they need to be protected that much. You remind me of my best friend since childhood. Sadly, he has a condition now, and I moved to another city, and we don't keep in touch that much. Someone else was talking. Someone else was in a similar situation. What happened? If you don't mind talking about it. And I didn't forget about you asking about my watch. I'm just a little bit preoccupied right now to take time to get into a whole story. And I don't 100% remember right now why I wear my watch on the right. There's multiple reasons for it. You know, looking at houses and stuff online on like Zillow and everything, I look and I see these people have like a kitchen counter with chairs in front of it. I'm like, who the hell wants people in their kitchen while they're cooking? Like, you gotta entertain and cook at the same time. Like, that's way too much for me to focus on. But here I am doing it, and I think I'm doing a okay job at it. I don't know. You guys tell me. Or maybe I'm just doing a mediocre job at cooking and entertaining. What's going on here? Alright. He made some mistakes. His girlfriend left him, and we got a severe depression. Got diagnosed with 2 mental illnesses because of that. I meant he got depression, not with, yeah. But I don't want to bring negative vibes to the stream. You're not bringing negative vibes. I like talking about all this stuff, to be honest. You remind me of him before the problems, that's all. You're fine. That's why I'm here. How old is he? Now I'm like, I can't concentrate with all this frying stuff going on. How old is he? Is it like his first girlfriend? Because that shit, breakups suck. Even a couple years ago, when I was like 32, that stuff was still hard, like years later. So it's not all to do with age. I'm definitely gonna set off the smoke alarm. Alright, I'm really sorry. I have to focus on not dying. Well, not that I'm dying, but I mean, not burning my food. Okay, so I feel like we have to play catch up. I mean, you guys see what I'm doing. I'm just cracking open a cold one, cracking open some diced tomatoes to strain out, because I want to mix in diced tomatoes with my pasta sauce. And I want to strain them to get the liquid out. And, you're handling it well, but I'm kind of ignoring you, and I don't really like doing that. Do you guys in Europe, you use Alfredo sauce for chicken parm? I don't know why I think that. I think I heard that somewhere. Usually we don't use vodka sauce. This is just like I'm being different and want to try something different. Usually we use red sauce. Okay, like 2 minutes, and I can, no. I have to cut cheese. All right. I'm gonna take a little bit to catch up on chat. See, I never had Alfredo sauce. I don't like it. I bought like a couple jars. I bought a couple jars of it. Haven't used it yet. Well, I used it previously with shrimp. Shrimp and Alfredo is good. I'm Italian, so tomato and garlic usually. By the way, getting mustache was a good idea, man. Thank you. It's got to be like 2 years now since I had it. He's 33 like me. We were together since kindergarten, first girlfriend, yeah. I wonder if maybe like his parents, if he doesn't, because I didn't have anyone to talk to about what was going on with me in my first breakup. And the people that I did talk to, they're just like, oh, get over it, like it's no big deal, which isn't exactly helpful. So I wonder if like his parents, or if he doesn't have anyone to like guide him through the breakup, and if he does, I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me, if he doesn't have anyone to help him and guide him and just listen to him and stuff like that. Because that was a thing when I was younger, like everyone just saying like, oh, get over it, like it's no big deal, get over it. Like it made me feel like my feelings and sadness and everything wasn't normal, and that like kind of further that worsened things, because now I'm already sad because like my girlfriend and all my friends at the time left as well. So I have to deal with that sadness, and then now I'm thinking like, oh, I'm not normal because I'm sad. So it's like just a compounding thing. All right, almost done. Just gotta cut up some mozzarella cheese, throw this in the toaster oven, clean up a bit. I've been buying this, like, it's a more fresh mozzarella, which fresh mozzarella you're supposed to eat raw, and then harder mozzarellas is what you're supposed to cook with. But this is just too delicious. I don't feel like buying two different mozzarellas. Use this. And you guys are on my toaster oven, so that's going to be a thing where we have to deal with. Like, oh, I should be in frame a little bit. before, and it doesn't work like that. All right. So what happened with your friend that you don't talk anymore? Is it just because he moved away, or went? I have to look at the comments, but or did you guys have like an argument as well? That has to be delicious. I hope so. I hope so. I'm a pretty good cook, you know? Which I think comes from a lot of places, and people don't like to do things the way I want them done. Way I would like them done. Which I'm fine. Like if someone wants to, if I go out to a restaurant, I'm not that type of person who is like, oh, you have to cook it this special way for me. Like, I know I'm going to a restaurant and I'm gonna eat it whichever way they cook it. But when I want things done how I want them done, I'm the only one that can accomplish that. Actually, for example, the other day, yesterday actually, I went to a upholstery fabric store to see if they could reupholster my workout bench, because I wanted in the color blue. I wanted in the color blue instead of brown, so it matches like everything else that I have. And she's like, the woman's like, oh, we can't do that because there's 2 strips of black on it and then there's brown, and I want it redone so what's brown is blue and then the black strips stay black strips. I can show you guys what I'm talking about. And she's like, oh, we have to do it all in one color. I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. It's not that hard. So like that brown on the side, or the black on the sides, I wanted to keep that same design, and then also I asked to have gray top stitch, which is like the accent stitching. She's like, oh, I don't know, I don't think we can do that. We have to use like I want things done how I want them done, or else like I don't know. So that's why I'm gonna end up just sewing it myself. No, I moved away and we both work a lot, so naturally we don't talk as much. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that so much. Like reach out to your friend. I mean, I don't hate that, like, I hate that it happens. Not that I hate you for doing it. But like, reach out to your friend, call him. Get on, like, how far away do you live, too? It kind of seems like both of you guys could use each other's friendship right now, to be honest, because you were saying earlier you had a bad day and that's why you were drinking a bottle of wine, and your friend sounds like he's having a more than a bad day. But maybe if you guys like just talk to each other, you could do that instead of drinking. Like, actually talk and express to your friend what happened. and whatever, because that's what helps me. Like when I mentioned about smoking after the court hearing, like if I just had someone to talk to about what went on, and someone had just listened to me, then I wouldn't have picked up a cigarette, you know. Man, I agree with you, but that color should stay. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't like. I like having all my stuff uh, like blue or gray. I mean, blue or gray or black. Uh, you're right. Well, thank you. I'm just giving some advice best that I can. Uh, but I like having all my stuff like blue or gray or black. Uh, and I don't really like having brown stuff that much anymore. Just which came about because it's easier to match all my clothes and match everything if I wear the same colors, I guess, which came about because blue and black suits or blue and gray suits are like everyone wears that, and that's like acceptable colors. Which reminds me, I have to tell you about my watch. I guess we can take this chicken out now because the cheese is kind of melting off of where it should be. It's really not me avoiding this question about the watch, I swear. Give you a quick peek. How did that happen? Oh, I don't want to touch that though. And then sausage with diced tomato, vodka, and pasta. Alright. So what I remember about my watch, I know I'm left-handed. I should just look for this comment so I remember, because I know one reason is that people wear their wedding ring on their left hand, and I had other rings on this hand at that time. And also, if I wear my wedding ring on my right hand, and then my wife would wear her wedding ring on her left hand, then when we're walking down the street holding hands, I would be holding her hand with my wedding ring, and she'd be holding my hand with her wedding ring. So it'd be like you know what I'm trying to say? And then I think it didn't look good. I'm not even married, but it wouldn't look good to have I like the look of how people have like a watch and a wedding ring on their hand. So if I wore my wedding ring on here, then I'm like watch on this hand, wedding ring on here. And I think also because I'm left-handed, this hand is always doing stuff, so this hand's always free to look at the time. Regardless of your motives, I know. I just I like it. I like explaining it because I like that there's a reason for like everything that I do, and I like remembering those reasons and being able to explain them, which might partially come because people always like to twist around like things that I do to have like some other different meaning behind why I do them. Let's see. How do we watch? Alright, so someone left a comment 2 months ago. Says, you're left-handed, wear a wristwatch on your right wrist, don't smoke, wear a cool zip-up sweater, uh, wear eyeglasses, sport a sharp mustache and puffy hair with the receding hairline. I agree with 97% of what you said in this video. So this is on my why we must boycott BlockFi video. P.S. I could have gotten into much more detail, but I decided to keep it short and to the point. Good work. So I said, thanks for the kind comment. I forgot why I wear my watch on my right hand. So I forgot back then as well. I remember I had to take time to remember to respond to this comment too. I said, I know it has to do with me being left-handed and it being functionally better for me to wear it on my right. I think it's because if I have to punch someone, it has less chance of getting broken. So if I punch someone with my left hand, if my watch would be getting at risk of being broken then, and my wrist. And because my left hand is more frequently used, so I don't need to stop what I'm doing with my left hand to look at my watch. I would wear a wedding band on my right hand as well if we're married, assuming my wife would wear hers on her left, because our rings would be together when we hold hands. So you guys probably want me to take a bite of this food, right? So that, the ending of every cooking video is people taking a bite at a crime. And I guess people actually plate up food too, but I don't really want to plate up my food. Yeah, holy crap, that is delicious. I think I might like it better with vodka sauce. Then here we got a little bit of tomato, some sausage, some pasta. Also very good. And I'm gonna get going so that I can eat dinner. Catch up on some news, I think. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Thanks for showing up. Don't know how long you've been here, but we're just ending the stream now. But good to see you. Yeah, so I'm just gonna plate up my food, eat, clean up this kitchen a little bit, and alright, take care guys. Thanks again for stopping by. I'm too late. This video will be up to rewatch, or I'll probably be live streaming again in the future too. Alright guys, take care. Thanks, and goodbye. And get in touch with your friend, Goosty.